Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
TS12, baby. We're jumping right in. We got to get down to business
We've
here.
got to talk about it.
I did not have Taylor announcing a new album on my summer bingo card. Like, I didn't see it coming because you know why? We've been waiting so many years for the Reputation, Taylor's version announcement. And then, of course, if you haven't been keeping up with this, and if you haven't, then literally do you live under a rock? But she got all of her music back, bought it all or whatever. So now all of her stuff is hers. So technically there's not really a need for a Taylor's version because she owns those now. But we had been waiting so long for Reputation TV, and every time any certain holiday or special number or award show or anything that could have like potentially been an announcement, the Swiftie universe would just we'd kid ourselves into thinking it was going to happen, and then it wouldn't, and we'd feel like losers. And so I definitely wrote off any new music from Taylor or any re-records from Taylor this year. I wasn't thinking about it.
It was so funny that I got a text from you at midnight.
Oh my God,
being you're still up.
Well, because I saw that you liked the post. I usually go to bed around midnight these days because by the time I get home from kickboxing and shower and eat and calm down and whatever. So it was 11:50 and I was going to go to bed, and I was like, nah, it's only 22 minutes away. If you don't know, she announced it at 12 a.m. on August 12th. There was a countdown on her website. So I was like, I can stay up for whatever announcement this is. And I did. And then I was scrolling Instagram and obviously her post, and it shows friends of yours that have liked the post. And it was liked by Katrina maybe and, a million others.
Yeah.
So I texted Katrina and I go, so you're awake.
I was struggling to stay up, but I wanted to stay up, and I did. And then it was so funny. I've had the busiest week of my life. I had to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty on Wednesday. Yes. I had to listen to the podcast.
Which I haven't done yet. By the time this comes out, I'll have listened to it.
I had plans on Wednesday night. I'm like, should I cancel? Because I have other things to do. So I went out and did my plans, but I've never been so busy in years. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. So again, if you're not up to date, she put a countdown on her website for 12/12 on the 12th, which was Tuesday morning. Yeah. So she kind of announced there was a new album. And then, but she really did the full announcement on her boyfriend, Travis Kelce's podcast, New Heights, with his brother, Jason, which is typically, I think, football content.
Yes. And they were on a hiatus, a summer break. They were supposed to come back later, but they did this special.
They were we're going to do a special app with
And it happened at 7 p.m. It normally gets released first thing in the morning. They broke YouTube because so many people tuned in for it.
Classic.
I cannot believe that you haven't seen it yet.
I know. Well, I heard it's a 2-hour episode.
It is.
Yeah, so I need to fully enjoy it by sitting down and watching it.
Honestly, might have to rewatch it because I was so busy. I was it came out at 7. I had to leave my house at 7:30 p.m. and I was like, well, I won't start it now. I'll just wait.
Right.
But then I did because I have no patience. So then I had to get in my car. So then I'm listening in my car, and then I get home, and then I'm listening on the way home. So I missed some parts, and then YouTube crashed. So then I missed the last half hour of it. So then I started to rewatch that, but I think I just need to do one clean,
one clean sweep, clean watch through.
Yeah, but it was good. It was
I heard it was good. I heard a couple people saying you can just tell her and Travis are just so in love, and I was like, that's great. Now tell me more about the album.
I saw today scrolling on TikTok several people talking about the male loneliness epidemic, which I don't even want to get into that, but people being Travis Kelce is a great example of being a decent man and not being embarrassed or ashamed or just loving Taylor out loud, and that was true.
I do love that she has been trolled so hard by the football community because she was dating a football player and she would go to his games and be a supportive girlfriend, and everybody was like, all the Chads, Brads, and Dads were like, get Taylor Swift off my screen. I want to watch football, and complained about it. And so she turns around and announces her new album on her boyfriend's football podcast, like chef's kiss, because she was like, I just know how much people love seeing me on their screens. I know the football community has really embraced me. She gave like all the attitude. I was like, yes, girl. It was pop off queen. You run the world.
It was amazing. I am excited for the album. I will say, so this album, and she says in the podcast, like, oh, they're often based off of like what she's going through in her life. So this album is happy, it's exciting, it's upbeat, it's got those vibes.
It while she was on tour in Europe. So that means when I saw her like in Paris, she was already writing and writing at least this album, recording it. Yeah.
I'm more of a
sad girl.
Sad girl.
Which is so funny. When Tortured Poets Department came out and you were like, I told like all the girlies were like, I told my husband we need to like break up for like a day so I can listen to the album and fully appreciate it.
Yeah. Like I am a Tortured Poets Department girly. Midnights was great. I'm still very excited for this album, obviously.
I mean, obviously. And honestly, it's one of the few good things to happen in 2025.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're having a child. Fine. That's good. But Taylor Swift is releasing new music.
I saw a TikTok of this woman being like, knowing that The Life of a Showgirl will be out in time to be on my birth playlist. And I'm like, me too.
Yeah. So I'd say Katrina having another child, and Taylor Swift putting out an album, probably the only good things to happen in 2025.
Yeah, just about.
Everything else, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Like it's not that great.
Yeah.
So October 3rd, baby, let's go.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Very exciting.
All right. Well, in other news, let's move along with the podcast and bring in a guest.
Let's do it. Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code podcast2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is podcast2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna, Renae LeCoyer.
Thank you.
Whose last name I just learned how to pronounce despite knowing you for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
That's
okay, I still don't know.
In fairness though, you did get married last year? So
Actually,
2 years ago?
It's been 2 years now.
Shoot. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Well, I mean, you would know. It is your wedding.
Yeah.
In my head, it's last September, but it was definitely definitely was the year before. Well, anyways, okay, Renae, my dear friend, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Renae is the owner of Simply Nourished.
Yep.
You're a registered dietitian.
Yep.
We're going to talk about what the hell that means.
Yeah.
But for starters, introduce yourself and what you do at Simply Nourished.
So I, as a registered dietitian, I do what's called medical nutrition therapy. So basically, I help people come up with measurable nutrition-related health goals, but we take the whole person into account. So your medical history, your diet, your lifestyle, physical activity, but also any medical conditions, medications you take, supplements, all that. Look at the whole picture, and we figure out, where we're trying to go, where we're starting, and come up with a plan to get there using an evidence-based, science-based approach, but then individualize it to you.
Okay, so now my question is, what the hell is a registered dietitian versus an LDN?
Yeah.
You have all these letters after your name.
Yeah.
And is that the same thing as just a nutritionist, or is that just the kind of commonplace term, or what's going on with all the letters?
So basically, a nutritionist is anybody who gives nutrition advice based on an expertise. So technically, if you decided you wanted to read someone's blog and then use it to give advice to people, you call yourself a nutritionist.
Okay, so the TikTok girlies can can be nutritionists.
Anybody can be a nutritionist.
That reminds me, like back in the day on Tumblr, I like came across this nutritionist and she was like 16 and like
yeah. Or I just saw this one the other day. She promotes a vitamin A free diet.
Oh,
and I'm like, cool, have fun going blind.
oh my
But
god.
anyways, I digress. So you have to be a little bit careful who you take nutrition advice from. I'm not saying I know everything.
That's okay.
But I definitely did a lot of studying. I went to school for a bachelor's, then a master's degree. Used to just need a bachelor's degree. Now I need a master's, so every dietitian's going to have one eventually. So the RD means registered dietitian, meaning I've taken a federal board exam.
Okay.
LDN means I'm a licensed dietitian nutritionist. That's just what you call yourself a dietitian in Massachusetts. That's my state license.
Okay, so federally and state licensed.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Makes sense. And very well educated and able to provide the advice.
I sure hope so at this point. Yeah.
You're like, I've certainly paid for it. So
I'll be paying for it for a long time.
School do be expensive.
Yeah.
So you started Simply Nourished as your own business.
Yes.
But you currently work full-time still in a hospital setting, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing in the hospital, and what is the difference, where you do your own thing on the side and you're taking private clients?
Yeah. So when I first became a dietitian, in order to become a dietitian, you do different rotations, like in different areas of nutrition practice. So I did some experience with community nutrition, helping like WIC and organizations like that. Did experience in schools, coming up with like a school lunch program, which I did not enjoy at all. And then did some food service. So that was in a college with like a huge cafeteria, coming up with those menus and all that stuff. But then the last part of it is your clinical. So you're in a hospital, you're working one-on-one with patients, and that's just what I loved. But the money is actually oddly in long-term care. So for 7 years, I worked in nursing homes, but I got super burnt out from COVID. And I was like, you know what? I want to start my own business. I want to counsel people one-on-one versus like going to an old person's room at their nursing home and being like, don't eat bacon. Like, that's just not me. So I decided to go work at a hospital full-time doing one-on-one counseling with patients to get experience doing that one-on-one counseling, because 7 years before that, I didn't really have that opportunity. I had the knowledge, but no opportunity to use it. So I've been doing that full-time. I go to patients' hospital rooms while they are admitted to the hospital with various illnesses. I help people with some nutrition education, setting up tube feeds, IV nutrition, oncology, that type of stuff. That's like 1.5 days a week. And then the other 3 days, 3.5 days, people come to me for their appointments, and we actually like have ongoing counseling. So I've used that experience to develop my business so that I can do that one-on-one counseling for people outside of the hospital. Mostly because, one, I just want to be my own boss, but also, you're set to a specific schedule and so forth. With a hospital, it's just 8 to 4.
Right.
And I like my providers that I can go see like after 4. I get out of work, I want to be able to go to the doctors after that and not have to ruin my whole day because of it. Don't get me wrong, nice day off to go to an appointment, you're like, oh, I can't come in.
Like this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm gonna be late to work, I have to do a podcast.
Yeah. But so anyways, there's not much of a difference in the work that I do, except that it's just in a different environment with no time constraints. And also, I can devote more of my time to you. So for my clients at work, my day job, you get 50 to 60 minutes for your initial appointment. You get 30 minutes for your follow-ups. When you come to see me outside of that environment, I give you as much time as you need, because I don't have somebody waiting for you after. Maybe when I get more busy, that'll be different. Right. For now. And then also I can do more customized meal plans and things like that, because I'm just, after that on my couch, coming up with all your plans and sending them to you. So.
Sure. Yeah. So I don't know if you know this. So Renae and I know each other through the gym. I love kickboxing. And she's sort of becoming our like in-house nutritionist, in-house RD at the gym, which is really helpful, because a lot of people who are at the gym, they have their physical fitness goals, but they also have, food related goals, and they're trying to change their diet to change their lifestyle, as well as adding in exercise.
Absolutely.
And so I've had the pleasure working with Renae a little bit because we do, 6-week programs, 12-week programs, 21-day programs related to like you're following a certain diet and you're doing a certain number of workouts a week. And that's this, sort of package that we offer at the gym. Yeah. And so Renae so kindly offered as like an intro offer to do consults with all these people who do the programs at kickboxing. Yeah. So I certainly know what it's like, but someone like Katrina, someone like the listeners who haven't done that type of consult with you or are just learning about what an RD is now, don't know what to expect. And I know you've said before that sometimes nutritionists or RDs get this reputation for being the food police. Like, I'm just going to tell you to eat more lettuce and that's, too bad. Screw your Oreos, like whatever. And you're like, that's not me.
No.
Can you kind of walk us through what people would expect? So they hear about you on the podcast. They say, that sounds like something I'm interested in. I'm going to reach out to Renae. Yeah. Where do they go from there? What are you, what's the intake? What's the process? What's the setup? And then how do you work together going forward?
Okay. So if you decided you wanted to work with me, first I would basically give you like a welcome packet. Here is the information I need from you in order to give you the best advice possible. So that information, I'm going to ask you for 3 days of everything you've eaten, your snacks, your beverages, any details you can give me so I can get a full picture of how you typically eat. Because I'm not here to be like, okay, here's your list of foods you can't eat. Here's your list of foods to eat. Go. Like, that doesn't help anybody. So instead I say, okay, this is what you're currently doing. Bring me your medical history. So your medical records for the last 3 years, if you can. Any diagnoses you have, any medications you take, any supplements you take, and any blood work in the last 3 years. I look through all of that. We sit down together, we talk about it, because a lot of the time doctors don't have time to explain that stuff. So I might even say like, okay, so I see these labs here. Do you actually know what those mean? And I'll actually explain what they mean to you, because understanding what those labs mean can help you to understand how your diet will impact it. So then once we figure out, okay, here's the picture of your health. What are your goals? You might share with me like some basic, oh, I want to lose weight. I might say, okay, well, this is how much I would recommend. And I'm not going to say, oh, you're 250 pounds. Let's go for 125. I might say, let's start with 20 pounds, see how that goes, and we'll adjust our plan and then come up with a long-term plan. So we look at your current eating and we say, okay, here's what you might want to do more of. Here's what you might want to do less of, if that's how you'd like to go about this. Or I can say, okay, here's your current carbs, protein, fat, sodium, and so forth. This is where you should be. Let's try to meet in the middle for now and come up with a way to work on that. Maybe we work on one area. You start with your protein intake, or you start with your, sodium intake, processed foods, and we discuss some, good and bad things about those processed foods and ways we can keep eating manageable and doable for you and still hit your goals. So once you come for that appointment and we get like the whole picture, come up with a plan, I write up your notes and I send them to you and say, okay, here's the plan and here are the resources, things you can use to reference back to. Because if you're anything like me, you go into an appointment and you're like, out that door, it's all out of your head.
As soon as you walk out, it's like in one ear, out the other, it's gone.
Such an information dump usually.
For sure.
You can't remember.
You're just overwhelmed by information.
Right. So, and then I also have like a weird passion, I don't know why, for like creating handouts for people.
Oh my gosh. Can attest, because I have like 7 handouts from you now, like on my fridge. Like she was like, oh, you have an issue with low iron? Here's a handout on that. I'm like, you know what I'd really like is I think I need to increase my fiber intake. She's like, here, I have a handout on that.
I don't know why. I'm like obsessed with Canva.
Yeah.
I just keep making handouts.
Fair.
Yes, right. Yep. They hang on my fridge proudly. So.
Oh, good. So I will usually give you some, written materials to review, as well as some visual materials, so you can look at things in different ways and try to remember what we talked about. And then we figure out when you'd like to check back in, because I see people weekly, monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months. It's just like, what's going to be helpful for you? I'm not here to like take over your life, but I also am a resource. So if you just need accountability, I have some people who literally, I have a 15-minute check-in once a week with them. And that can just really help, at least initially, to like get on track with like working on goals, because making change is hard. And sometimes you'll have that like, nope, this is too much. You throw your hands up, and then your appointment's not for 3 months, and you've gone 3 months with no progress. So instead, I'd rather like come up with a new plan. If the original plan doesn't work, I'll change it. So when you come for your follow-ups, we talk about all that, like what are you doing, what's working, what's not, and then we just adjust as we go.
And you mentioned too, you know, obviously you're working from this like medical holistic picture instead of just, oh well, you know, everybody should increase protein intake and everybody should eat X amount of calories and everybody should. So like you're very much customizing your information. Like not everybody is the same. Not everybody has the same genetic history. Not everybody has the same, you know, medications and diagnoses, and they're not dealing with all the same issues. And so like nutrition very much so needs to be customized, even though you work off of like the same foundation of like eat whole foods when you can, and like eat balanced meals and snacks, but like getting down to the specifics, you're going to need to customize it to each person. So that's really nice. And you did mention like a lot of people come to you with a, you know, a certain weight loss goal in mind. But that's not the only reason a person would see an RD, correct? So what are some other reasons someone might say, I need Renae?
So specifically in my like day-to-day work, the practice that I work in is actually an endocrinology office. So I see a lot of diabetes, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes. So that is something I've gained like so much experience in just in the last couple of years. But in general, I see people for anything from that to just general health and prevention of those things. Blood pressure issues, cholesterol issues, kidney failure, cancer. If you had food intolerances, or you couldn't figure out what your food issues were, like I'm constantly feeling sick to my stomach, or I'm running to the bathroom all the time. We go through like what potential triggers there could be and figuring out like, okay, here's how you navigate eating in the real world when you can't eat X, Y, and Z. Because, you know, a lot of people, especially today, have multiple food allergies. So figuring that out as well as keeping you totally healthy is hard. So we talk about that type of stuff. And then at my current work, I do like all the oncology patients. So helping people navigate maintaining their health when they're really sick. So,
You're like a walking food catalog.
It's
like nutrition, like anything food related. You're like, I have an answer for
that. As a girly with gestational diabetes right now, I can attest to how confusing and like just wild it is to try to figure out, because it changes for every single person. Like one person can eat McDonald's French fries, which is me, so you know, can't complain.
So do that.
But I like post about that on TikTok, and everyone's like, that's not okay, and I'm like, it is according to my blood sugar, you know. But like it is, it's just so different for everyone, and it changes. Like maybe I won't be able to eat that in a month, even like I don't know. So yeah, I can attest to how important it is to like have good resources, and like also to have a resource to help you figure all of it out.
And I've had people who like have had multiple pregnancies and multiple you know, situations of gestational diabetes, and each pregnancy is different. It's like navigating like, okay, so you've seen that if you eat this and this, your blood sugar does this. Last time it didn't, so maybe you need to try to tweak it this way and see how that goes for a little bit. And it's just like basically constantly adapting to what your body needs and is doing, and figuring out how to feed yourself.
I want to play a little game.
Okay.
Because there's, as we kind of alluded to, there's so much bad nutrition information out there in the interwebs.
Can I also like sidebar as you look for this? I saw someone was taking diet advice from ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told them to eliminate all salt in their diet. It did not turn out well. I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, there's so much. I know diet culture was a thing and was definitely toxic in the 90s and the early 2000s. Like as we were growing up, we saw stuff that was really messed up. And I thought maybe we had veered away from that, but now I can't tell, has it gotten worse? thanks to the TikToks and the chat GPTs.
Oh, I think it has gotten so much worse.
Yeah. Okay.
On
What's like a really bad take that you've seen? You started to mention.
Oh yeah.
Eliminate vitamin A.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But like, you think that's like one of the worst ones you've seen recently?
That's probably one of the worst ones, but it's not very popular, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's just like one person spewing nonsense, and hopefully not too many people listen.
Yeah.
Alternatively, like carnivore diet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like you need more than meat.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's the issue, is that like social media has turned crazy ideas into trends that like a lot of people see.
Oh yeah.
Like the fruit diet where all you eat is fruit and nothing else.
Didn't someone die from that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, same with like the carnivore diet. Yeah, you can do it for a while. Just give it a few years. Check your blood work. Back in the day when Atkins was really popular, do you know how many of those people have high cholesterol and heart failure now? You know, it's like, and it's not to say that there isn't merit in certain parts of every trend.
Right.
Like, okay, prioritize protein. Great. Eat only protein and only animal protein? No.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe you have a specific condition where you need to monitor how much carbs you have. Diabetes, for example. That doesn't mean you eliminate carbs.
Right.
It means you eat carbs in certain amounts of certain types at certain times with certain things.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
the internet takes hold of one little piece of information and just completely like takes it to the nth degree, like just totally
so
radicalizes it, like goes all the way to the other side.
like anything in life, though. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Anything to the extreme is just not good.
Right. And that's why you always hear everything in moderation and like the diet
and
world.
I stand for that with McDonald's fries too. So.
Yeah. So hell yeah. All right.
Just
so
get the
let's
small instead of the medium.
let's play a little game. Fact or fiction food edition. I wrote down some ideas.
Okay,
Katrina certainly can read them off with me.
Okay.
But you as the expert, give us the final say on what's legit. Okay. Fact or fiction. 1,200 calories a day is enough.
Oh, okay. So fiction. 1,200 calories a day is the absolute minimum that we recommend for anybody to consume, regardless of the reason, without medical supervision. So basically, if you came to me and said you were eating 1,200 calories a day, there's a good chance it's not realistic, sustainable, or going to promote your goals.
Right.
You probably could live for a bit until you get nourished, depending on what you're doing and why you're doing it and how long you're going to do it for. So if you're doing that much, I would probably then work with you to come up with a more realistic number for yourself. If you're doing less than that, like absolutely, I'd be like, no, you need to either check in or let's come up with a new plan here. But, no, in general.
Yeah, you hear all this like the 1,200 calories is all you need on like TikTok. It's like screw.
Yeah, I don't know.
Screw you.
I don't know who came up with that, but they probably like heard that like this is the minimum before you need to be supervised, and they were like, that's all you need. I don't have to be supervised. We're good to go.
I know. I also had a primary care physician once that was telling me about how I need to lose weight, and she was like, have you heard of counting calories? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and I can promise you my calorie count isn't that high, but I literally like don't eat a balanced meal, so that's not helping me.
Right. It's not just calories.
I'm like, I could eat a bag of Doritos and that's it for my day. And anyway,
this is gonna hurt you, Katrina. Read
the
second one off.
I know. Okay, so fact or fiction, you're better off drinking full sugar soda than diet soda.
Fiction. So
thank God.
I know.
Diet Coke girlies.
I know.
Okay, I'm not joking. I have a tower in my house of like, it holds 4 12-packs of 0 sugar sodas.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say drink that whole tower, right?
Right.
But if you're craving a soda and you're not looking to get the additional calories and sugar from it, research shows that those artificial sweeteners are not doing you harm. Now, in those small amounts. In very large amounts, it's a whole totally different story.
Right.
But we know that the research shows that added sugar, the sugar you get in regular soda, has no nutritional benefit to you and does promote negative health outcomes. So if we're looking at like evidence versus no evidence, sure, one's natural versus one's not natural. That really doesn't mean anything at all. All it means is that we know one's going to do harm, and maybe someday we'll find out there's something going on, but at this point, It's not pointing us in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten in like fights with people. They're like, the aspartame in your Diet Coke is killing you. And I'm like, if aspartame is the worst thing that I'm doing, like, I think I'm doing okay.
Right.
Right. All right, fact or fiction, seed oils are just the devil.
Ugh, awful. No, I'm just kidding. No, they are not. So that's another, like, let's look at the evidence versus the not evidence. Like, what's proven here? So proponents of like anti-seed oil are like, oh, it's pro-inflammatory, blah, blah, blah. They read one article and read that omega-6 fatty acids are pro-inflammatory and it's going to be the end of the world and inflammation is horrible, whatever. First of all, inflammation protects us from all different things. There is a purpose of inflammation. Excess inflammation, not good. Excess omega-6 fatty acids, not good. But in a balanced diet, you aren't eating only one type of anything, right?
Yeah.
So the research shows that if you take saturated fatty acids, those solid at room temperature fats like butter, the fat on your meat, coconut oil, those fats that are clogging up your arteries, and you replace it with liquid at room temperature oils, any oil like olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, doesn't matter. A liquid at room temperature oil is going to be better for your heart health than a fat that is solid at room temperature. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying here is if
sense.
you replace butter with oil, any type of oil, it's going to be a better choice. So when we look at the research, it shows that yes, omega-6s versus omega-3s are more pro-inflammatory, but saturated fat is more pro-inflammatory than both. So people say, oh, I only use real butter, I don't use seed oils. I'm like, well, if you're that concerned, use olive oil.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be pro-inflammatory.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you're not doing yourself favors by switching.
I just have seen so much content about seed oils are so bad.
Yeah.
Again, which is like, all right, why are we choosing like seed oils to just like beat up on right now?
I don't know.
Okay, next one.
Okay, the next one. Fact or fiction, carbs are the devil.
Oh, no.
Same
absolutely not.
idea here.
Just fiction.
Just totally just beating up on
Yeah.
carbs.
Yep.
Yeah.
People, honestly,
Carbs are not the enemy.
No, and I think where these things come from is people don't want to look at the thing as a complex situation, right? You want the simple fix. You don't want to be saying, or you don't want to hear, okay, you need about this much carb, about this much protein, about this much fat. You need to moderate this stuff, but you can go crazy with this stuff, whatever. People don't want to have to think about that much. They want one simple rule that they can follow and is going to fix everything. They want the magic pill, but it just doesn't exist. So people will say, oh, I just can't eat carbs and I'm going to hit all my goals. It's just not true.
No way to live, I'm telling you.
Right?
No.
What about like any sort of processed food is also just the devil. Just bad. No processed foods.
So the word processing, like processed by itself, is just misleading. So you take some corn off a corn stalk and you start to peel it. Guess what you're doing? You're processing it, right? So there's different levels of processing to start with, but also things are processed for various reasons. To make them taste better, sure. Maybe that's not the best reason to process something. To make it more addictive, yeah, not a great reason to process something. But to preserve things, yeah, you don't want foods that's constantly loaded with preservatives. You can get fresh whole foods, that's always going to be best. But there's reasons we need preservatives and things. And also, if you're processing something with a purpose, a health-related purpose, then it's not necessarily a bad thing. So, for example, if you told me, oh, I love grilled chicken and watermelon, I don't know, for my afternoon snack, sure, sounds great. But then you're like, go off track with all your plans and your healthy eating, and you're like, I just don't have time anymore. I've just been eating Doritos. And I'm like, okay, well, let's find a happy medium. What's another easy food that might have some nutritional benefit? When you did your chicken and your watermelon, you're getting some carbs, you're getting some protein. What else could we get those carbs and protein from? Maybe it's a protein bar.
Right.
Not the end of the world if there aren't any horrid ingredients in there that are proven to be detrimental to your health.
Mhm.
You're just getting your carbs and protein in a different way.
In a more convenient package that you can throw
And
in your bag.
sometimes
Sometimes you don't
need
have time
convenience.
to grill
Oh,
the
yeah.
chicken and cut the watermelon when
Yeah.
you're on the go
I
because
know.
we're busy people.
I have a 4-year-old, like my first time getting gestational diabetes. I didn't have any kids. I'm
Mhm.
like, I can, I'm making all the meals this time. I'm like, protein bar, protein shake, like
Right.
just
Gotta
to
do what you
survive
gotta
the day.
Okay, couple of messed up things I've heard as well.
Okay.
Have you heard these? Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels.
Oh,
I think I used to
goodness.
have that taped to my fridge.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry. Are you
That's so sad.
And then you're not hungry, you're just thirsty.
Oh yeah, I've done that too.
Okay, so I don't even know where to go with this. So
Have you heard any of this
Oh,
from clients who come in like, well, if I just drink more water, then I won't be as hungry?
Oh yeah, for
Or
sure.
like, Oreos are good, but like I really want to like look skinny in a bikini, so like, whatever. I just won't have dessert for 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is definitely a huge part of my job, is helping people to come up with their goals, but be as healthy about it as
Mhm.
possible.
Mhm.
So I will not discount or like take away from the fact that we all want to look in a way that makes us feel good, right?
Mhm.
And our emotions and our self-esteem, our confidence, they're all tied together with our eating as well. So if you were to tell me like, oh, I want to feel good in a bikini, okay, that's different from I need to be 110 pounds in order to feel good in a bikini,
Right.
right? So that culture is out there and it's prevalent, and when people come to me with those thoughts, we kind of talk through like, what's the real heart of this matter? Like,
Yeah.
you don't actually feel like you have to be skinny to do that. You just want to feel good, right?
Mhm.
So we kind of reframe the thinking as much as we can, and I do a lot of what's called motivational interviewing. Like, what are your motivations? What are your goals? How are we getting there? And we just work on the thought processes too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of messed up information out there, kids. Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Work with a reliable resource like Renae.
Another one I remember was like, your stomach isn't growling, it's applauding, was one of the
Goodness.
Oh
the
my
things
God.
that I saw. Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Moment of silence. All right. Well, that was enlightening. A little bit sad, but good answers all around. Thanks for sharing your knowledge.
Of course.
One more thing I want to do before we wrap up is, as I mentioned, I know Renae through I Love Kickboxing. You're kind of becoming this like in-house nutritionist for them, which is great. You recently launched a new series with them, nutrition clinics. You just did your first one earlier this month.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit more, in case anybody wants to go to those, what you're doing with those?
Yeah, so we haven't figured out like how frequent they're
Sure.
going to be. We're thinking kind of monthly, but we're going to figure that out. The first one, I basically threw out a survey and said, members, what topics do you want to learn about? Because I'm not here to just like spew my agenda to you. Instead, like, what do you want to learn? And the first one, people want to just learn, what is a balanced diet? Like, why does it matter? Like, what that even means. So we just got together, I did a presentation. We did like a worksheet along with it so people could figure out what their balanced diet would look like. We had a discussion at the end. And then we're going to be doing that with various topics every so often at the gym. They're open to members, but also family, friends. If you hear
General
about
public,
it, you're welcome to join us. So
so that'll be great for people. It's kind of it's an easy entry point, I think, to nutrition information without saying like I have to commit to seeing an RD on a regular schedule. Like I can go to this clinic and get a little bit of information on a certain topic that I need help with.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nice. Okay, so tell people how they can get in contact with you and reach out.
Well, I am on Instagram as Simply Nourished MNT, Medical Nutrition Therapy. That's my Instagram.
More letters.
Yeah. More letters. I'm Renae LeCoyer, and you can find me also on Instagram, which then can link you to my business page. I have an email. I have a phone, pretty simple. I don't know how else.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
My phone number? No, I don't know. Yeah.
Perfect. And how do we end every episode?
We love to ask every guest that joins us. This is Girls Just Wanna. We're all about empowering the ladies and building up each other. We love to ask if there's any other woman-owned business or woman supporting women in business that you would love to shout out.
Okay. Well, I guess it depends if you want to know me as myself or me as Simply Nourished. So
either way.
So there's Christine with oh my God,
Shake Up.
Shake Up.
Yeah.
Shake Up Wellness Cafe in West Boylston.
I thought you would shout her
as well.
out.
Yeah. Yep. So that's a great business. They're doing smoothies and healthy drinks and protein shakes and stuff like that. But the other side of me, because I'm human and I like sweets, is Something Sweet by Heather. She's located in Rutland. She does like a home-based bakery.
Nice.
And once a week she comes to my day job and tempts me with cupcakes. And every so often you need a treat.
Yeah.
So good.
Just need a little sweet treat.
Yep.
Love it. Thank you so much, Renae, for coming in. This has been so fun and always a good time. I always learn something from you. So I'm sure everybody else will too.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Wanna merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
Welcome to Heart It or Hate It.
Welcome to Heart It or Hate It.
I'll go first here.
Okay.
Heart It or Hate It, mint chocolate as a flavor combo, flavor
Hate
profile.
it.
You're one of those? Really?
So I'll eat those like Andes chocolate.
Candies, yes. Yeah.
But I mean, in general, hate it.
What about like Thin Mint cookies?
Yeah. But like, no.
Are you one of the people who thinks it tastes like toothpaste?
No, it's just not the thing that I like to go for first.
But you like chocolate peanut butter?
No.
Who are you?
I like peanut butter. I like chocolate. Don't
like mint?
put my shit together.
Do you like mint as its own flavor?
Sure.
You like chocolate as its own flavor?
Yeah.
You just don't like mint chocolate?
Yeah, stop mixing things.
Okay.
I've never liked things touching on my plate. I don't like things touching in my mouth.
I love mint chocolate stuff. And I also love chocolate peanut butter stuff, which I know we're not talking about right now, but
No. Well, Jesse's two favorite ice cream flavors would be mint cookies and cream,
hell yeah.
or maybe peanut butter cookies and cream or something like that.
A man after my own heart. A married man after my own.
Yeah, no, not for me, dog.
Oh,
Sorry.
I love it. All right, go ahead. What's next?
Heart or hate it? Tattoos.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
True story. Another fun fact you can learn about me in this segment is I don't have any tattoos. I haven't done it before. I'll go heart it, but that makes me feel like a fraud because I haven't done it personally.
Do you want any?
I don't. I mean, no, not right now. I don't know of anything that I would want.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm a different person, I'll be like, you know what, that would be a really great tattoo. But no, I can't think of anything that I would want. But I do, like, sometimes I see other people with tattoos, like, and I like them. Obviously, there are plenty of bad tattoos out there.
Sure.
But sometimes there are good tattoos, and I'm like, oh, that looks really good on them. And, like, I think that's whatever. And, like,
Yeah.
I definitely support it. I just don't have any, and I don't know of anything that I do want. So,
Yeah.
So I guess heart it for other people. But if you think I'm a fraud, then pretend my answer was hate it. So
I heart it, probably, obviously.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, you have some.
I do have. I have 3. This one was my first one, and I did wait like 5 years. I was like, I want this tattoo, but like, let me wait and think about it. And then I got it. And then these ones were much more like spur of the moment, like, yeah, let's go get a tattoo.
Yeah. People who get random tattoos stress me out. People who are like, I have like an hour on my lunch break. Let me just go get a tattoo. That stresses me the fuck out.
Yeah, I can't say I've done that. This one was done as a flash tattoo at a expo, at a book expo.
Like flash tattoo days also stress me out.
I will say I'm not happy with it. Like
really?
the O and the R like is technically a little bit fudged up. And also that's because I'm just like graphic design girly and I really like fonts and lettering and things like that. And I don't think it looked like that on the template. I think that when she actually tattooed it onto my body, it got a little like, so part of me is like, and then it also like all tattoos like blow up and fade. And like, I know that. And I knew that about like lettering in general, but I was like in the moment. So I got it anyway. So now part of me is like, maybe I'll get it covered up. I also might want to get this one covered up because we don't really like to promote Harry Potter anymore. I still love Harry Potter, like as a story and as a book, but like in terms of being like, you know, team Harry Potter branded on my body.
Right? And that's another thing about tattoos is like, it's there. So
yeah,
now it's with you all the time.
Yep.
And you never know when the author's going to turn out to be a piece of crap.
Exactly.
So,
you know?
So yeah.
But yeah, heart it.
Okay.
Yeah. I would love to get more eventually. I have plenty of ideas.
What was my other heart it or hate it? Diet Pepsi.
Hate it.
Really?
Get the F out of here.
Well, listen to this.
Yeah.
Go to the beach.
Yeah.
I really need a cold beverage.
They don't have Coke.
I go to the snack shack. They only have Pepsi products.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay.
But I'm upset.
But like you needed a cold beverage.
Yeah.
So like you're happy to have a cold beverage.
I will say in the past.
I'm not going to get a water. Like I need a little something.
Actually, I
already have a water.
I'd probably get a different soda.
Like what?
Like root beer or Sprite.
I was like, so I'm going to go hard it because I do like it and I do think it's close enough. If I am craving a Diet Coke, like, you know what? A Diet Pepsi will suffice. It's obviously not my first choice.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
but I was not happy that that's
I think I get irrationally upset.
Yeah. You know, it's fine. We all have our things.
Okay. My last hard or hate it is clubbing, which do people even go clubbing anymore?
I have no idea. I never went in the first place. I'm going hate it. It's not my scene at all.
I think people do still do it because I've seen TikToks like kind of laughing about it. And it's from like the 30-year-olds being like, 20-year-olds, what are you doing? Because like when my generation was in college going clubbing, like they were wearing the mini skirts, heels, like, you know, blazers. Going out in like freezing temperatures, wearing nothing. And now the girlies are going clubbing like in their sneakers and socks and like loose jeans because that's the trend, but like the older girls are like, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, that's not.
Yeah, you have to play full dress up.
A couple years ago, me and one of my friends went to New York for a weekend, and she was like, I want to go clubbing when we're here. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm a mother. I never enjoyed clubbing in the first place.
Right,
so we did not go clubbing. Sorry, Alina. Yeah, I'm going to say hate it. I don't know what made me think of clubbing.
You're just
recently
having an itch that you got to scratch. So.
Maybe it's because I went out this week and like it wasn't a clubbing scene, but it was like me going out and being social, which doesn't happen. So yeah. Anyway,
don't hate it. Not interested. Haven't really done it. I mean, I went to nightclubs when I was like on spring break and stuff, and we would go like when I went to Spain, we went to different nightclubs and things like that. But like. I didn't really enjoy it while I was there either. Yeah. Everybody's touching you. Everybody's close to you.
I know.
Sticky.
The idea of like strangers trying to dance with you.
No. Pass.
No.
Well, that's it for her.
Anyway.
Hate it. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. When you're not in a safe space. Okay, let's do that all over again. Ready? And scene.